We've been having a very interesting conversation in the last 2 weeks because we are talking about things that might have been spoken of our lives and we don't know what to do and we have no way of getting ourselves out there as we may think in our minds. But today, I came to enlighten you on one thing because in the conversations, people are telling me these things were said unto my life. These things were said unto the generations of my life. These things were done by people who I was not even there when they did it, but now it is affecting me and I have no way out because I can never get myself there and realign myself and get things right. But I came to encourage you through the word of God that yes, you can get out of it. Yes, we know that you're in that situation, you're in that predicament. We know that in your lineage people drink and you're still there. We know that in your lineage you are raised by single mothers and you are scared that you'll get there. We know that in your lineage there are people who will marry or get married with children outside marriage. We know that, and you're heading there, or you're always there. You're already there. But there's one thing that I came to encourage you today. According to the word of God, what does it say? Is there any situation that people found themselves in a predicament that there was no reverse as they thought, but at least an answer came? We'll get to see this immediately after the introduction. We'll jump straight into the word of God, and this man called Jairus in the book of Luke chapter 8, he's the ruler of the synagogue, and he comes to Jesus and he tells him, my daughter lays sick, come that you may heal him. And Jesus tells him, all right, let's go. And in the midst of all this, the girl is 12-year-old. As they are going and as they are heading there, there's this woman, who has this issue of blood for 12 years, and she thought in herself, a story for another day, that if I touch his garment, I'll be made well. And she goes ahead and she touches the garment of Jesus. And that's when the commotion begins, because Jesus is asking, who has touched me? And yes, they're in the journey to the house of Jairus. But Jesus now has already stopped and now is looking at this woman and telling her, daughter, your faith has made you well. And as they are talking, the people in the ruler's house, in the rulers of the synagogue's house, come and tell them, don't disturb the teacher any longer. Your daughter has already died. And Jesus told him, don't lack faith, only believe. And they went into the house. And we are going to get this now. From verse 51, it says, when he came into the house, he permitted no one to go in except Peter, James, and John, and the father and the mother of the child. Now all wept and mourned for her. But he said, do not weep. She is not dead, but sleeping. And they ridiculed him, knowing that she was dead. But he put them all outside. He took her by the hand and called, saying, little girl, arise. Then the spirit returned, and she arose immediately, and he commanded that she be given something to eat. And her parents were astonished, but he charged them not to tell anyone what had happened. This is the Bible that is giving us an evidence of a story that had already happened. The girl is already dead, and Jesus, as he is going straight to the house of Jairus, he's found by these men and they are telling him, don't even dare come, don't even bother come. Why are you coming? The girl is already dead. And maybe that is the situation where you are in right now. You don't see any life anymore. You don't see any way out anymore. And I am coming to encourage you that when you have the right person in your life, when you have the right company of people together with you, then you can make it. It doesn't matter how long you've been drinking. It doesn't matter how long you have been into adultery, into sexual immorality, just because it was passed over to you over the generation. There is one thing that Jesus did. He never lost his focus. You know what he told them? Don't wail, don't mourn. The girl is just asleep. And as Jesus is telling them that the girl is sleeping, we already know from the story that the girl was dead. The Bible has recorded it very well for us. The girl was dead. There was no way. But then Jesus goes into the house and gets all the people out, all the people who had the negativity, all the people who hold the same view that the girl is dead, get out. And Apart from 5 people, that is Peter, James, and John, and the mother and the father of there were only 5 people. So the question I'm asking you today, who is surrounding you? Who has your ear? Who are the people are you sharing with the things that you're going through? Are they people who are telling you, man, these things can never be reversed, these things can never change, these things? And who has your ear? And that is exactly what I'm asking you today. Who are you going to confess to the things that are hidden in your life? And you think that they are going to encourage you and make you bold and stand firm and say, yes, the girl is dead, but I am proclaiming life right now. Because as we looked in our last week's episode, we realized that we are our own prophet. The way we want our lives to align, we are the ones who are going to confess it. And today I came to tell you, first of all, know who you are and whose you are in your life, and then surround yourself with people who will encourage you to become better, who will encourage you to step out in faith, who will encourage you to stop those bad behaviors that you have. Not people who will encourage you, let's go drink, let's go do this. No, surround yourself with people who are always encouraging you to become better. And number 3, be your own prophet. Prophesy the things that you want to happen in your life. You know, because Jesus in the first place was called to come and make the daughter well. As much as she was dead, as much as everybody else was ailing, do you know what Jesus did? He continued and he never lost focus. He said, little girl, I said to you, arise. That is why I came. And you need to be your own prophet and confess the things that you want to see in your life. And when you do this, I assure you, you will start seeing yourself getting out of that miry clay, not by your own strength, but the strength the Lord of heaven gives to each and every one of us. And I assure you, you will live a victorious life. This is the Faith Crusaders, where we are all about revealing Christ-like attitudes of awakening. Don't remain in that mud. Don't remain in that situation. Don't remain in that predicament saying it can never happen. Take a bold step of faith and you'll see what God will do for you. God bless you and see you in our next show.